Welcome to the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Martelle. We're at the Mac Shack. Randy's on his way. Michael's here.
In honor of Randy, we didn't record the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, we just fucked up the first 10 minutes again. Anyway.
We just gave Randy time to get here.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Randy to get here. But Mike and I decided to start recording early, and we dove into a can of Listermans, which is called Liquid Swords. It's a 6.5% APV Northeast IPA. Is it Northeast or Northeastern? Or New England?
New England.
New England IPA.
New England IPA.
New England IPA from Listermans in Cincinnati. And it's a wielding Mosaic and Amarillo hops. Our beer samurais attack this brew with tons of flavor. Aromas of pineapple, mango, and citrus impact the palate like a roundhouse kick from a black belt. Protect your neck. Choose the sword. This is good. We said what didn't get recorded is, hey, this has a lot of pineapple and it's very citrusy and it's good.
A lot of tropical fruit.
Very drinkable and highly recommended to, if you see it, go out and get it. The only reason I picked it up is because I'm a fan of the Genius, the GZA from Wu-Tang Clan, and it is literally the cover of his album with a hops for the face on a checkerboard. So I like it. Hey, Michael, did you go to the gym? No, I haven't gone to the gym. I got back problems. Okay, so I did CrossFit Open, and part A was the burpees and the shuttle sprint, the burpee pull-ups and shuttle sprints. Part B was the thruster. So you have to go into the thruster after, like immediately. So it's like 15 minutes of all this cardio, running back and forth, and just doing, burpee pull-up, burpee pull-up, burpee pull-up, adding 5 every time. It's awful. It's like you're going pure cardio right into weightlifting.
Cardio.
Yeah, right. Well, it's just a 1 rep. So you just do one, boom, put more weight on, do another one, and just try to get as heavy as you can in a 5-minute period.
Okay, I was going to ask if it was a 1 rep, like, here, shoot your shot, or if you could build.
You could build up, and you start with a bar preloaded. So you basically pick a weight, start with a preloaded.
Oh, man, that's a tough decision, too. Because after that workout, it's like, okay, if I can do a 185 thruster, no problem. Do I start with 185 or do I go lower because I know I'm going to be toast?
Well, that's what I did.
Okay,
that's always my strategy. I mean, I would consider myself a veteran of CrossFit at this point. I've been doing it for 11 years. So we did a warm up. We did a thruster warm up. Like, build up to what you think you want to start with for the workout. That's what Brandon says. Like, build up to what you want to work out, what you want to start with, that you can get maybe 80 to 90% of your 1 rep max. Start with that. So I did. I built up to that. I'm like, ooh, this is heavy. This feels awful. My problem is I'm used to doing like 225. Like, my 1 rep max 2 years ago, before like all my shoulder surgeries and shit, was like 225. So it's fairly recent. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to hit 225. I know that. So I start at like 95. I go 115, 135. I get up to like 165. I'm like, that was fucking brutal.
That's awful.
It was awful. It was heavy. I mean, 165 is no joke. It was heavy. So I did it. Well, then I backed down 10 pounds and started at 155. So that was my strategy. Go to this point, back down, and then see how I feel. So I did the 155 after the workout. And I also took like a minute, because you go right from cardio, 5-minute clock starts. Immediately. There's no rest. So I took a minute and kind of rested, did the 155, and I had the 45-pound plates on and the 210s, and I just, Russ was there, and I looked down and I'm like, should I go for it? He's like, what? I'm like, just fuck it, 185. Just fucking go for it. And he's like, yeah, do it. Of course, Russ is very encouraging.
Yeah.
So I did it, and I hit it, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. Well, I looked at the clock. There was still like a minute and a half left, and I'm like,
10 more pounds.
5 more pounds. Grab some 2.5s, throw them on there. Hit 190, like waited until like there was about 20 seconds left just to give me enough time. Just like, stood up, grabbed the bar, let go of the bar, and went, I need to reset. I hit my 190 at time.
Perfect.
That's
perfect. All that matters.
I'm done. I'm
That's
good.
Count.
It counts. I'm good. So, and the reason I say all that is because from my shoulder surgery on my left-hand side, my left shoulder, 3 months after, I was at 195 going overhead. Okay, so within 4 months, I was right back to within 90% of having shoulder issues after surgery. So being able to just go like 205. So I was real close. So right shoulder, I'm 4 months out, and I just went 190 overhead on a torn labrum, torn rotator cuff, separated labrum, and my labrum was folding under the bicep tendon on my right side.
Jesus.
Right. On my right side, and just put up 190 to be within like 92% of, or 87% of where I was prior to surgery. So I'm really like super excited about that.
As you should be.
Yeah. I mean, that's and being able to do that 4 months after a shoulder surgery.
It's fantastic.
It's great. It's almost unheard of.
It helps that you started out in shape.
Yes, absolutely. So,
and trained properly to get back to that point.
Right. And I still have a long way to go. Like I'm still having some left shoulder like residual pain. I'm having some right shoulder residual pain. So I'm looking forward to basically what 2023 is going to bring. And I'm not trying to get stupid like I used to. Like the days
older.
of 450 pound deadlifts and 400 pound back squats, those days are gone. This is now just maintaining, like the goal is to get back down to 205 or 210 and then just maintain cardiovascular and
that's my thing.
Strength.
It's like my goal is to just be healthier.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to lift the heavy things. I do that. The biggest thing that CrossFit has helped me with is proper lifting, proper body movement, which is something that I've applied at work.
Oh, yeah.
So even not being back to the gym for pretty much the entirety of COVID, and I don't have the amount of weights that I did to do heavy stuff like I do at the gym in my garage, when I started lifting heavy again, doing deadlifts and sumo deadlifts, I got right back to where I was really quick.
Oh yeah, the body remembers. Like
it's quick. And the nature of the work that I do.
You're lifting stuff all day. I mean, you're lifting and moving, and I mean working.
I'm putting. On an average day, I do 15,000 steps at work.
See, I wish I was hitting that. I'm usually like 5,000. I need to up that.
Yeah, and so I'm walking miles and miles and miles a day. I don't sit down. Like the longest I sit down is either when I get home from work or when I do the podcast. Usually I'm standing.
Oh, yeah.
Even when I'm at home, I tend to stand. If I sit down, like it's kind of game over.
Fall asleep.
Yeah, that and after production shifts, coming home from work, getting out of the car, it's like all the dad noises.
Oh yeah. Which is funny because I made dad noises before I was a dad, and I'm always like, man, I just got a 90-year-old body.
Yeah,
like I got a 12-year-old mind and a 90-year-old body, and I didn't make fun of Russ the other day, but Russ looks unfortunately older than what he is because he's completely gray.
Yeah,
like he's white.
Yep.
And I did something at the gym, and Russ was standing there. I'm like, man, I feel as old as Russ looks right now. And I'm like, fuck. And that's weird because he's only like 32. Russ is much older than 32, but he took it in stride. But apparently his wife did not like the fact that he had shaved his beard, left the mustache.
Oh,
and she got home, and he's just like, hey. She's like, what the fuck is that on your face?
Nope.
She's like, go in the bathroom now.
See, I was always the opposite. I never had a mustache until the past 5 or 6 years. I just had the chin strap. I just went the full like either goatee or like Amish beard.
Going full Amish, but yeah, hanging out, being at the gym I enjoy the shit out of it. I recommend anybody just go find, not a Planet Fitness, fuck that place. Find a functional fitness or CrossFit gym. You're going to pay out your ass for it.
But the community is worth it.
But the community is worth it.
I try to explain to people the gym that, True Fit, I was like, there's organized events outside of the gym.
Yes.
It is truly
committee that does everything.
We do the adult prom. There's, euchre nights. There's couples like Valentine's, all sorts of stuff.
They do cabrewing. They do all kinds of shit outside of the gym, and it's a good time. A lot of the stuff I unfortunately don't participate in because I can't make it. And there are, and you're going to find I'm a people person, but I'm not a people-y person. I like some people, and some people I tolerate, and then some people I completely ignore.
Yeah, the Super Bowl this year, we got invited to 5 parties, and my wife and I just looked at each other, and I was like, I've peopled enough this week. I'm good with just popping into your parents' house and then just going home.
Yeah, there's and you're gonna run into people that and I'm not gonna name names or genders because there are some people there that I would just love to fucking throat punch. And Jimmy will hear this, and I'll be like, I'll get a text, and I'll be like, who do you want to throat punch? And then I'll tell him because I don't care. But there are some people that are, you get all walks of life.
Yeah.
There are people that I wish that were still at the gym that are not there anymore. There are people that are at the gym that I wish aren't there or just not in the classes that I was in. And then there are people who, if the focus, and I'm one of these people, at the gym, if the focus isn't on me, if I'm not cracking a joke, then it's not fun.
Right.
But there are people who the focus has to be on them the entire time, even when they're working out. And you'll run into this anywhere, where it's they make loud noises to get people to look at them like they're doing something extraneous. When they're scaling the workouts, using a 26-pound kettlebell, when they can deadlift 275 pounds, and you're using a 26-pound kettlebell, and you're just making all kinds of noises. So that shit drives me insane. Anyway, I just cracked open a Forbidden Root Ghost Tropic, which I've heard really good things about. I wasn't able to get it. I haven't been able to get this I heard about it 3 years ago.
Woof.
And for whatever reason, I wasn't able to get it. And I think I bought the last 6-pack at Ameristop this morning.
It smells delicious.
So this is... The Tropic Ghost got himself turned around. He took a right at the Mississippi from the Gulf of Mexico and wound up in the Great Lakes until he found that he liked whatever.
Yeah, no,
Lake Michigan was deep enough, had enough music and magic to keep him around. The summertime, he had heard symphonies, blues, jazz, and sad nocturnes of the city night until they had become his lullabies. None of that makes sense. It's basically, I think they're talking about this octopus that's on the can. They could be talking about the betta fish or the butterfly or the lobster. I don't know what they're talking about. But this is a 2 times IPA, dry hopped with Mosaic, Amarillo, and Chinook hops. So, and you already smelled and you're like, this is really good.
Yeah,
so,
no, this is
I've heard.
I want candles that smell like this. I want my house to smell like this.
Smells like, it's kind of grapefruity.
Grapefruit, pineapple. Tropical. It smells.
Armadillos. Or Amarillos, whatever that hop is, I guess.
It was armadillo.
Yes, armadillos. It's like
Fist of Fury.
$6 million man's upgrade.
That's super good.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I like this. This has a completely different flavor and texture than the Listermans.
Yeah, this is
Listermans
is creamy and
was kind of dry, and this is very creamy. And I know this is a stupid description. It's wet.
It's lush.
Yeah. It's wet, and it's like Sticking your finger in a chicken's butt.
Less salmonella.
We can do that.
Yeah,
we'll just go outside.
Back.
I was trying to come up with something that Theo Vaughn would say. Where I'm from, we drank beer and we stick our finger up a chicken's butt, and that's how we dictate how the flavor of the beer's going to be. Ugh. He's such a dipshit.
I'm with you. I can't. He's annoying.
So, anyway, this is real. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I would seek this out.
I have nothing bad to say about Forbidden Roots beer. They have a restaurant. Well, I think that's just their restaurant and brewery. Is at Easton, right?
Yep. They came out of Chicago, I think.
Okay. So they're out of Chicago, but the restaurant, you've said you've had great experiences.
I've had good experiences there. I wouldn't say great, but I'd say good. Good enough that I've gone back and will go back.
See, I've been there 3 times, and I usually give a place 3 times before I will just I'm done. All 3 times that I've been there, it has been every time we've sat down, we've had to wait. Not 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 25 minutes for someone to come over. Where I've had to go and say, hey, is there anybody
in this section
for doing this? I see other people eating around me, but I don't even have water.
Yeah. That's a huge red flag for me. I worked I worked in bars and restaurants for 15, 16 years. That's how I cut my teeth.
Yeah.
And that's not okay. Even if you just stop and touch the table and be like, hey, I'm real busy. I'll be right with you. Just give me a second. That's all you need. That's what most people need is acknowledgement that you know that they're there. When you sit at a table and nobody sees you and you feel that's not okay.
No, I prefer and that's good. To me, that's a start. What I prefer is when somebody just immediately magically just brings over water and says, I'm so-and-so, I'll be your server today, here's some waters, I'll be right back, I'm super busy.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's perfect.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that, but an effort needs to be made.
An effort needs to be made. Well, all 3 times I've been there, that has never happened. I've had to wait, 25 minutes was the longest I had to wait.
That's unacceptable.
10 minutes is unacceptable, and that is literally, I think, the shortest time that I've had to wait. And all 3 times I've been there, I've had to go chase somebody down. Hey, just send anybody, send a busboy over. Some water.
Can we at least get water?
I just want some water. Why didn't I get up and leave? Because I was hungry.
And it's Easton, so Easton. You have a table.
Everything's busy at Easton.
If you have a table, that's a great start.
Yeah, and it's Easton in the summertime is ridiculous. It doesn't matter when you go, unless it's early morning. It's always busy.
You also go to Cooper's Hawk for the wine tastings. Mm-hmm. If we decide to go eat, while we're doing the wine tasting or as we're waiting to find a spot to go to the tasting, and we know we're going to eat, I'm on the Easton app, looking, can I get a reservation here? Can I get a reservation here? Can I get a reservation here?
We do the same thing. Or else I go to Taco Bell.
Yeah. Right. Or we go someplace that's not typically as busy, we have no problem sitting at the bar because you get better service at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Generally. Well, and there's a stigmata about sitting and eating at a bar that we don't have.
I don't have that. I will sit and eat at a bar. I have no issues, no qualms about doing that.
When we went to New Orleans, it was the same thing as do you have a reservation? No, but I see there's seats at the bar. Oh yeah, go right ahead.
There
are people who are waiting an hour and a half, and I walk right in and go sit down and eat.
I will sit at the bar if it's Liz and I will sit in the bar area because usually no one will take those seats either.
Yeah,
at Cooper's Hawk anywhere.
Yep.
Kids are with me. Can we get a?
Can we go over? Yeah, great.
In the bar seat. Yep. Oh yeah, it's first come first serve.
Nice
See
save.
That catch?
Nice save.
That's a problem I have.
Yeah, same. I just said I had a MacBook for years and years, and it's like 20 years old, and so it just doesn't work the way it did. So I bought a Chromebook for like $60 and spilled a beer on it like 2 weeks ago.
God damn it.
So the entire like bottom row of keys doesn't work. So I had to
get a wireless.
I basically had to just buy a new
$60. That's kind of like going.
It's right. It's a throwaway. Like it lasted me like 4 years, and I'm like, I've spent $60 on worse things this week. So I bought like a refurbished Lenovo laptop that I'm breaking in right now.
Check out Woot for stuff like that.
That's where I got it. That's where I got it.
Because I bought the girls a laptop from Woot, and it was just like this shitty IBM. Like, I'm like, they just need something that they can
get online, type a paper,
check emails, school emails. That's it.
They're not gaming. I'm not gaming on this.
Well, they tried.
Yeah,
they do. They're playing. They're both into Roblox. So they're like, oh, we're going to play Roblox, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
oh, this is so laggy.
They're like, it's so slow. I'm like, it's not a gaming laptop. No. It is literally a write a report laptop. Like, you're lucky it gets online laptop. Well, this summer, or this Christmas, because I felt like Lexi needed something a little bit more robust, I bought her an MSI gaming laptop.
Nice.
And I didn't spend like a ton of money on it. You can get good gaming laptops relatively cheap, but it met what I felt was the need for her.
The basic requirements that she needed.
Yeah. So purchased it. Cool. She sits up there and watches fucking YouTube videos on it.
Son of a bitch.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, like
or she plays Roblox on
it. I was about to say 2 years ago, my son wanted a computer. Not a laptop, he wanted a computer, and he wanted to build it.
That's awesome.
So he was like, here's the components I want. Here's what I would like. And so over the course of like Christmas and birthdays, we either got him like gift certificates or we bought components for him.
Yeah.
Like I got a super sweet tower. We got, like industrial fans and like.
That's awesome.
And so he has since like slowly upgraded features of that. And that's what he's going into in college is like computer information technology. And I'm like, yeah, you built your own laptop and you're taking programming courses at the high school. I'm like, my wife and I have always joked that he's going to have a job that doesn't exist yet.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I have a job that didn't exist when I was in school. So
100%.
And I didn't go to school for it.
Yeah. I was about to say both of my kids are going to RAT next year, the Rochester Institute of Technology. When we toured the campus, and their computer technology school is crazy. They do offshoot work with the government to track incoming cyber attacks. They have a huge 50-foot screen that shows worldwide all the cyber attacks that are incoming and outgoing.
Jesus.
It's the craziest shit ever. And so they have in the upper echelon of the classes when you're learning to do like the cybersecurity stuff, they have a classroom that will simulate cyber attacks. And when is the most likely time for a cyber attack is during times of national emergency or crisis. So they have rooms that will shake to simulate like an earthquake or something. The power will go out and emergency lights will come on.
And then
like the temperatures will fluctuate.
Damn.
And I'm like, that's hardcore. And that's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
Randy!
Hey, Randy decided to show up.
How you doing, sir? You're here.
He's here. He looks happy.
Less than.
He looks super salty. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, hop on in.
I was about to say, we can wrap up quick. There's not much.
You saw that too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just a tiny little bug.
Little flying insect.
A little thing. It was the thing.
But yeah.
So he's like they have a technology spot where microcomputers and stuff, and it's a separate floor because the stuff they're working on is so sensitive that they have rubberized floors, and the people walking on the hallway outside can affect the work that they're doing.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
It's insane.
That's awesome. I mean, my brother-in-law deals with. I mean, he deals with what he deals with in his job he works for he's a military contractor for the U.S. government, and they deal with MIT. And he has a dedicated MIT developer. And they were telling me, like, nothing crazy, just like the stuff that they kind of work on with communications and satellites and radars. And he's like, it is insane. Like, everything is custom written.
Yep.
And it's like the command center that they're at, it's like huge, like 80-inch TVs everywhere, just everything coming in, flights.
It's like
radars.
War games.
Yeah, yeah, like 1984 War Games with Matthew Broderick. It's crazy just how much shit that they do. But all right, well, this episode, we're like 24 minutes in. We can just use this as a bonus episode.
Yeah, we could do this as Friday.
So this is gonna be a Friday episode for sure. Anyway, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Google, Tweetstagram.
Randy's here for that, or I put it in. Either way, doesn't matter. Definitely check out the Forbidden Root
Ghost Tropic.
Fantastic. If you can get that, I would say try to get it on tap. If you can go to there, just get a growler of it and leave. Don't eat there because you'll wait forever for food. In just basic service. If you're me, and
if you're me,
if you're Mike,
then I get decent service. The food's excellent.
The food's really good. There's no issues with the food. If you can find the Listermans Liquid Swords 2.0.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children. Pick one of those up as well, because it's different and it's also really good. So, hey, that's it.
That's it.
This Friday show. For Mike, I'm Martelle. We're out.
Bye.